Good morning, my most amazing artists. How are you today? Hope everything's going well. You might have seen I posted a link to a YouTube video about Vincent van Gogh's life. Hopefully, you all had a chance to watch that. If you did not, I have the link in the description below, or you can go to my Clever page to see the link. It is a video that explains a little bit about how Vincent van Gogh lived and how he painted, and it describes his style, and you get to see a bunch of his artwork. So it's really fun to watch maybe before we do this drawing lesson. So if you want to pause this and go watch it, you can. I'm going to talk a little bit about Vincent van Gogh now. Here he is here on my shelf. I got this little caricature of him. He's got his easel and his hat and his red beard, and there he is painting. He's one of my favorite artists. You can see also from our art room, I brought this home. This is Starry Night. So there's a big tree here, and there's a sky that's all swirly, and there's a lot of movement in his paintings. So you can see these little dashed lines create all this movement, and there's dashed lines around the stars and the moon, and you can see everything looks like it's kind of glowing and moving, and that is indicative of his style of art. Now, another thing he painted a lot of was flowers. So today we're going to do this drawing of his sunflowers. He painted about 8 different sunflower paintings, but they're very similar. This is the one we are going to do. It might look a little different when we're done because everyone's a little different. Yours might look a little different than mine, but it's going to be a fun drawing lesson. So I'm going to switch the camera and we're going to get started. Okay, so here is the sunflowers that we are going to draw by Vincent van Gogh. We're going to start with a blank piece of paper. First step is the vase. Your paper should be horizontal. Now the vase starts with a curved line at the very bottom. Looks like a smiley face. Very low smiley face. Now you have 2 lines that go up diagonally for the vase, and then 2 slightly curved lines that come in. Now if at any time I'm going too fast, you can press the pause button and continue when you're ready. Now to connect these, we're going to use a smiley face again. Curved line that connects the 2. And in the middle, another curved line. Now Vincent always signed his name right here. So we're going to write your first name. I'm going to write Mr. Tangora. And now for our flowers. We're going to do the center of our flowers first. So let's put our first oval. We're going to do an oval flower right here. Do an oval. It's kind of a diagonal. It's on an angle. So just kind of do it. There's no wrong way to do it. Then right up here at the top, let's do a big sunflower. It's just the middle. And another big one over here. Let's do a vertical diagonal. So it's a diagonal that's straight up and down. This flower is going to kind of be looking out to the side this way. And then there's going to be a droopy flower that's down here. And it's an oval that kind of looks down at the ground. And maybe a little flower here. Another small one here. A big one down here. And I think we got a nice assortment of flowers to work with. Now we have to do our petals. If you'd like to pause it here and catch up and have all of your flowers done, that would be great. And we'll press play and we'll do the petals. Now the petals. For this big one, let's start. We're going to do the kind of petals where you go curve line and then another curve and you meet it at the pointy part. And you keep going around. So you start here all the way around the flower. If you get to the end of the paper, you just stop. So stop and then stop. And it looks like your flower continues past. In between, we can do little points. So that's the petals that are in the back. There's layers to a sunflower. This flower is facing this way, so his petals will be a little stranger. I'm going to do a pointy one at the top and a pointy one at the bottom. They're kind of curved backwards. Then the petals that are coming out from behind, I'm also going to do kind of curved, almost like teeth. And the ones that are on the back, I like that. Kind of curved triangles. Now this flower, I'm just going to do straight, almost like long triangles, all the way around. Not as curved as this one was. And a little bit skinnier, like a star almost. And I'm not going to put any petals between there. This one's facing down, so I'm going to do the sunflower petals that are from the back side. Then the ones that are kind of on the top side. We'll do the stems at the end after we do all the petals. This is going to be kind of a puffy sunflower. It's kind of a little different. It's kind of like the seeds, like the seed pod in the middle, like this. But it's kind of, we're going to just use curved lines, little curved bumps to go around. Instead of one line, I'm kind of making a bunch of curved lines. And then I'm going to do little bumps, like almost like an upside down U. I can even make more, see? I want to make the flower bigger. I just make another row on the outside. For this one, I'm going to do like this, but maybe a little bit large. Actually, let's do this one up here, because this is going to be puffy like this. Little curves. You can bump right into this flower to add some depth. When you go behind something, you add depth, which means it looks like almost a three-dimensional image because you're overlapping things. When you overlap, it gives you a sense of depth, of how big things are and where things are placed behind each other. And maybe a few lines like this on this one. Van Gogh kind of placed lines and things in certain areas. Now this one, when I hit that flower, it goes behind it, creating more depth. I'm going to do this same kind of sunflower. Triangles in between. This one, I'm going to make long and skinny, kind of scraggly. He's kind of hanging down too out of the pot. It doesn't have to be very neat. Vincent van Gogh was not the neatest painter. He had a lot of lines and movement. Looks like we've done them all. We have a little bit of a space here, but that's okay. I'm going to leave it. If you made these petals bigger or this flower's petals bigger, you would fill up that little space. But we didn't. That's okay. So this stem can come down into the pot. You could also fill up a space with a leaf if you want. This one may curve down like this. This one we're not even going to probably show the stem because it's hidden behind all of this stuff. This one can come up into the pot like this. And it's drooping down. This one can come over the little stem. This stem will come out of the side. This stem can come down in the middle. There we go. What do you think? Looks like a great black and white drawing, all ink. You could leave it like this. It's a beautiful line drawing. Or you can color it. I'm going to color it quickly with you guys so you can see. Going to get more crayons out. Let's see, maybe some greens, some light greens. Maybe a darker kind of olivey green. A couple yellows and orange. And maybe a red, like an orangey red, like this. So, let's see. We're going to, oh, you know what else I'd like? A brown, like this brown. That's a little too green. I want this, oh, I want this one. This is kind of a darker yellow. Excuse my squeaky table. It's been extra squeaky today. I'm going to color quickly. You don't have to color this fast. But just for the video, I'm showing you that you can do it quickly. Maybe a little bit of brown, this light brown behind there to kind of give it that the back flowers, back petals are a little bit darker from the shadows. Maybe I'll add inside here an extra layer like this and maybe some dots. I'm going to do that on this one too. And this one I'm going to add dots with my marker. You didn't have to do this with your pencil. You can do it while you're coloring. If you have a marker or a dark black crayon, you can make dots. Just going to do them all now. The center of this I'm going to do orange. There we go. Center of this I'm going to do orange. Let me do all my orange things. Since I have my orange crayon in my hand, I'm just going to do all the things I'm going to do orange. I'm going to do them at once. There we go. Maybe red in the middle of this. Maybe red in the middle of this. Maybe a little red there. Brown. Let's see, yellow. We're going to do this dark yellow. And I know I'm going fast. Like I said, if you want to go slower, you can press the pause button or just follow along at your own pace. It's all right. I'm going a little quicker than usual because it's a lot to color. But you don't have to go this fast. Vincent also put a lot of kind of greens in his sunflowers. So you'll see the green stems and petals, but he also put green in like some of the centers of the flowers. I'm going to make that one green. We're going to color this one yellow a little bit brighter than this one. And it's alright to be a little messy. Vincent van Gogh's paintings were sometimes messy. I'm going to add a little bit of darker brown to this. See if you add a little bit of kind of almost painting with your crayons. Because we're not using paint today, which Vincent van Gogh did, but we can actually kind of be painterly with our crayons. Pressing harder gives me a darker color. Pressing hard to get this nice dark yellow on that, almost a little orangey yellow. This sunflower, actually, these petals are kind of green in a lot of his paintings because it's kind of like they were almost leaves. We can add a little bit of yellow in it, like this. In the center was kind of orangey yellow. I'm going to add a little orange to it. There we go. See, I combined yellow and orange, almost like painting. The stems, I'm going to use a real green for the stems, like a grass green. This leaf, this stem, this stem, this stem. This one, this one. And then these, I'm going to do like an orangey yellow. Kind of like this, I guess. It's a little like, I'm going to go light orange, I'm going to do yellow over the top. You can do any of these, any colors you want in the yellow, orange families. It's totally fine. Now the vase, he did kind of a brownish color on the top. I'll do this brown that we've been using in some of the flowers to do the top of the vase. The bottom of the vase was kind of a gray color. He didn't make them too brightly. He did a lot of sunflower paintings. But most of the time he did like muted colors for the vases, not very bright. I'm going to use this gray silver color at the bottom. We also left out our horizon line. Now, he used to put like a table line in here. So if there was a table, it would be a line. You just have to go behind your flowers. And you could color the table if you wanted to. I'm just going to leave it this color. So there is our sunflowers. I'm going to switch my camera and come back and say goodbye. Alright, I hope you enjoyed drawing and coloring Vincent van Gogh's sunflowers. I had a great time doing it with you guys. And if you haven't watched the video about his life, you can watch it after your drawing too. The link is in the description below. And I'd love to see your sunflowers. If your family wants to send them to me on Dojo, you can just send me a message with your sunflower drawing. All right, everybody. I will see you next week. Bye.